TV the Book, V the Book, TV the Book. Two experts pick the greatest American shows of all time as a collection of essays written by television critics Alan Sepinwall and Matt Zoller Seitz. It was published in 2016. The main purpose of the book was to provide a canonical list of the top 100 greatest television programs in American history. Background: Seitz and Sepinwall began as colleagues at the Star-Ledger, where they spent 10 years together working on a column in the newspaper titled All TV. Since then, both had gone their separate ways. At the time of the book's publishing, Sepinwall was a television critic for Hit Fix, while Seitz was a television critic for New York and the editor-in-chief for Roger Ebert.com. Sepinwall has since gone on to become the chief television critic for Rolling Stone. Criteria. According to the book, Seitz and Sepinwall considered a television series for their ranking if it matched the following criteria. U.S. TV shows only. A TV show was only considered if it was either made in the United States or if it was originally produced for an American television network. The two authors admitted that this was a blurry category to decide and that some of the calls they made are sure to be considered debatable. Completion. Seitz and Sepinwall wanted to only include shows which had been completed prior to the creation of their list. However, a few exceptions were made to include current shows that had aired for decades, such as The Simpsons and South Park, current shows that were never officially canceled yet may never return from hiatus, such as Curb Your Enthusiasm and Louie, and shows that were once canceled but eventually revived for additional seasons. These include Twin Peaks and The X-Files. Narrative fiction only. Reality programs, documentaries, sketch comedy, talk shows, news programs, and sports programs were not given consideration. Instead, the book's rankings mostly consisted of dramas, comedies, children's programming, and certain anthology series. Once a television series passed this criteria, they were ranked on a 10-point scale by either one of or both of the critics in 6 categories: innovation, whether or not it did stuff that had been seen in the medium before; influence, how a show served as inspiration for those that came after it; consistency, whether or not the show's quality fluctuated season by season. Shows which aired for only one season were slightly penalized, receiving a maximum of 9 points for most categories except for consistency, where they were only given a 7 as a maximum. The series which were among the 100 highest placed in the points tally were counted in the rankings. Top 100. Additional book material. In addition to providing their top 100 ranking, Seitz and Sepinwall provided a section titled Works in Progress, highlighting some of their favorite current shows, as well as a section honoring shows that were not good enough to make it into the rankings titled A Certain Regard. There were also several essays noting of TV best miniseries, movies, and televised plays. Reviews. The book has received positive reviews from other television critics. Jacqueline Cutler of the Star-Ledger described the book as a great reference tool, with the main top 100 list possessing enough reflection, knowledge, and tidbits that even if you don't care about a show, you will wind up reading. For Cutler, the one negative aspect of the book was the inclusion of the outlier classics and works in progress sections, which felt like kiddie sports teams where everyone gets a trophy. Bill Carter, writing for CNN, was also fond of the book, appreciating its effort to stimulate argument and pointing out that even if you were to disagree, it only means you care more about television now more than ever before, which is really the reason to write and read a book like this.